defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Put that upper belt.
their utility going into that sequence, but the fact that they had 4 players on the bomb site and you've got the initial kill as well, you'd feel like they'd be absolutely fine there. But Sphere, he takes the aggro away from his teammate. He's waiting towards Graffiti. He gets an opening kill. His teammate swings out the silenced M4, denies the plant on Jax. And at that point, Kenny S left in a 2 versus 1, no time to plant, and that's just a nightmare. But remember, that came into this round with 2 MAC-10s, and they still have plenty of money here, but they are going to take a tactical timeout and work out what is play going forward. Kenny S can be dropped and all by Shoxy. It would have to be a drop at this point. Kenny currently has $4,200, and just above him is Amanek on 5,900, Lucky 48. So Kenny will have to be dropped here, but it's not going to happen. They're going for rifles once again.
Yeah.
So this is a replay. So they didn't have a smoke, to be fair, but it felt like this was way too accessible for Sphere there. The fact he's getting 3-4 kills from that position, it's great. Like, really fantastic work from him. But the M4, that shouldn't be as prominent, I suppose.
I mean, it's a very difficult spot to do what he did. G2 perhaps neglecting to respect that heaven spot from Sviat. Didn't.
Bomb has been planted.
Much chance of Forrester surviving, but he does seem cognizant at least that a player could be coming from this side of the map. He's checking every nook and cranny. G2 though, starting to come alive here. They've recovered an AWP as well. They'll be going in the hands of Kenny next round as a bullet in the head of Forrester. Their money is broken. It was a nice lead they were building up. They were 4-0 up and now 4-2, and G2 will actually have a real nice chance here to just break this one down. Shouldn't be a buy coming through because DreamEaters averaging on $2,000 per player.
Yeah, GG.bet, of course, one of our sponsors, has got the odds on your screen now. You can see G2 the favourites, but DreamEaters plenty of respect given. Undoubtedly the underdog from the CIS minor. Well, actually, the play-in, of course, as Chad corrected himself. Nice work from Amanek, just catching him, keeping things safe and sound. And they've chosen to force into this one. Full Kevlar, Forrester and Kinky. Just a smidgen of utility and already operating at a disadvantage. It shocks. Not dissuaded after getting caught out by that boost. He's still taking that presence early.
Yeah, nice shot from Shoxy there. But at this point, what's the next call from G2? They have connector control here. They have 2 players towards the T-steps. Just trying to see if there's any sort of reaction from the CTs. They've got a massive advantage to confirm they are on an eco. And now they've got 1 minute 15 remaining to make their way towards the A side, which looks to be the likely finish. Still could go through the connector back towards B. And Shoxy is outside Monster right now. The problem is they've lost control of water completely. There are 3 CTs waiting for them to maybe opt back towards the B side.
Yeah, and that's going to be down to Speedak. He's in toilets. He didn't choose to push on that. He heard a reload from Jax, and you could see he thought about it. Presented himself into the smoke, but backed away.
So they've got 1 player making his way in towards A with the MAC-10. That's Amanek. As they go back towards B, remember we said this was the trap. If they walk into this, this could go horribly wrong. The bomb is luckily outside of the monster area. We'll see if this will do anything for them. Forrester primed and ready, but it's Jax who will take down Speedak. 3 players now doubting themselves, but here they come. Not going to work out. Shoxy confirms things. 5-on-2. That should be the round here, unless these 2 players go absolutely wild on the B side. But good call. They've confirmed the A's open. You can see that Amanek's all the way in towards the CT steps. Let's get back. Let's make sure the bomb goes down on no one being dropped.
Did he run like I remember he was making a beeline straight through the top side. He's coming all the way back around now.
So he's confirmed. Don't go to B, boys. Whatever
Guys,
you do,
I'm telling you now.
you're going to regret it.
Kinky and Sviat will try and keep hold of their weapons, perhaps try and steal away one of these. Likely going to be having to deal with Amanek, who's going to be let off the leash with this MAC-10. Well, it's not the most ideal upgrade, but he gets the frag nonetheless.
Yeah, the MAC-10 doesn't do much for you, but if you could be eco next round, he's got Kevlar as well. The MAC-10 must better than nothing, I suppose.
Yeah.
He can drop the 5-7 to a teammate. They're not going to be doing much next round, whatever happens at this point. 5-7, Mach 10. Can't buy anything around it.
Good to see the AWP in Kenny's hands. Didn't see it, of course, play a part or a role in this round, but we'll get to see much more of that coming into the rest of Overpass. The only map we've seen both of these teams play,
yes,
enough so far.
And it's a very technical map. It's surprising to see a team like DreamEaters present themselves with this one. Like, I would be expecting more of what we saw with Vitality, right? Dust 2s, the Infernos, those sort of maps coming through. It's a very technical map and a scary one to take a top team on. But DreamEaters, they managed to maintain this lead for now, but it's being chipped away at as they will have pretty much a full eco here. Yes, they have a Mach 10. Sphere could drop that 5-7, which he will, to Forrester. So there we go.
The DreamEaters story that we kind of wove last time we were here in Berlin for their qualifying for this was much more about just the fact that they have some incredibly strong individuals, like young players, perhaps not necessarily as well versed in the ebb and flow of Tier 1 Counter-Strike. Like, there will be some occasional evident inexperience, but the actual raw mechanics of these individuals, I've seen Sviat, Speedak, Krad with a crazy 1v3, Kinky's done crazy things, Forrester too, actually, much more so on the CT side, but all of them really mechanically very gifted.
I'm excited. There's a lot of unknown quantities of these sort of teams at this event,
yeah,
and no one knows what to expect, and they're finding crazy results. It's very interesting as we get into the 1 minute mark here. Remember, pretty much an eco. Lucky will flush out Kinky towards the connected position. 5 and 4. Didn't get a whole lot of info there. They're pretty certain it's an eco at this stage. Sort of stick together, don't risk giving up a rifle. As Jax falls back, it looks like he'll recover the bomb from T-steps and make their way back towards B potentially. Bomb's there on his screen right now, and those T-steps position, recovered. And it's heading back towards middle actually. They've got long controls, that's where they'll be faking towards the B area. With Shoxy going in, I don't like fakes, and you know they've got pistols, but this one looks fine. Yeah,
I think Shoxy's probably going to be able to suss out the situation that they're expecting some resistance on this side of the map. I'm sure his teammates are ready for it. Yep, Speedak just as USP is going to be met by... Oh, I was going to say, look at that bait! Finds Speedak, but Speedak couldn't connect the USP. Tried to. Jax, he cleans things up to keep things level, and we are at 4 apiece. DreamEaters' strong start has been leveled, nullified by the French. And actually, my goodness, have they accrued some funds over that comeback or that equalizer?
They really have. They are in very good stead for pretty much the rest of the half at this point. It's round number 9, and will we see the Kenny S? Or we certainly do, as he's currently 1 and 6, but that's not a big deal. It's kind of round. We've had 8 rounds, and they've managed to tie things up. They lost the pistol. We'll see whether he can start to come online now. If he does, that's just going to be an extra string to their bow.
I think we might be seeing, I was going to say a fast peak. I eat my words.
Well, you didn't say it, so...
Well, I will clearly threw myself under the bus.
Yeah, it's like I was about to say this wrong thing.
I was about to say this wrong thing, and he didn't do it. So thanks for listening to my podcast, my TED Talk. Come back again. In the meantime, Forrester backing away from short forgives that.
Well, this is a nice long approach. G2 have found a lot of success on this side of the map. We did see that all boost towards the flower bed before. That was really nice from DreamEaters, and this boost might not be as successful. Forrester, he does reposition. I think he's got it. Nice work. Didn't panic with the flashbang, didn't drop off, maintained his spot. Yields a kill. That's Lucky going down. 5 and 4. Minute remaining, and in terms of utility, still have 4 smokes on the T side. As Speedak,
very infamous crossfire and overpass these days.
It really is.
And Kenny did have the opportunity to take that fight. It doesn't benefit. It doesn't favour him. It's worth mentioning that's a, as Chad would describe, a left eye peak for Kenny. 40 seconds. Yeah, that's quite the angle. He's so exposed, but he has the support of Kinky and Speedak. The knowledge that Toilets is safe lets him hold what is a brutal angle on towards long. I think his teammates are suggesting it's quiet. Well, make him take a bit more of a passive angle, or he's actually dropped off. All the steps in long. It's going to come from 0 to 100. G2 take the site. Amanek swinging around. He could get flanked. Sviat's already on his way back. And Speedak's quick. Amanek shut down on the flank. Now they can focus all of their attention on this assault from long. Jax sneaking into bank. They can stop the plant, and it works. 5 seconds. They haven't got the time for the plant. They just have to survive. And just like that, G2's slow long take dissolves in front of them. And DreamEaters, they've got themselves another round.
They absolutely have. It comes down to that one play from Kinky. He was waiting for his opportunity to deny the plant. It was a great round from G2 in terms of map control and things they were doing, but they slowed it right down there, waiting for the smokes to dissipate. And you can see this story coming in from Sphere now. He is partially dead from one ear. I think he was 80% or so.
It said 70 to 90. I mean, it's like 8, let's say 80. 80% deaf in one ear playing competitive video games. Yeah. That's impressive.
And players like Fur and Naf who are struggling with that similar sort of instance, and he's actually taken that inspiration to keep playing, and here he is at the major. Already won his first game, looking to continue that success. So that's a great story.
It really is. I mean, it's such an inspiration when you remember that Naf and Fur even have those issues. It's something I forget about, if I'm honest. You know, like it's not something that we talk about. Bomb's still loose and miles away. That's a sign that G2 plan to poke and prod this round. They've got plenty of time to do so. 70 seconds to slowly manufacture their 5th round. That's what they're in pursuit of here.
Well then, Jax to challenge Speedak once again. He said it was fast, and he does nail the shot, but they don't swing off there. Jax, that was his prime opportunity to actually do something with it, but there it is.
No way.
Kinky will be alive for now. Can he find a second? Absolutely not. It looks like G2 will be alive and well here. 4 versus 3. Sphere down to 46 HP. He's got the FAMAS. He holds towards the A site alone for now. Needs a rotation from Forrester, and it's coming through.
Just the FAMAS, they know exactly where he is. He is going to be able to escape just a little bit. He have the element of surprise. He wants to do damage. That was a very aggressive stance, and they are low, all of them. But Crad, this surely is too tall of a task. He's so far away. Starting to come through to toilets now. It's certainly not impossible, but as the time passes, as they get deeper and deeper into these after plant positions, Crad's 1v4 dream is certainly dwindling.
Yeah, I think he has been spotted. And it will be Crad to stay alive somehow. Lucky can't believe his luck as he spots the shoulder on the retreat. Thinks he has a 3 kill. Not going to be the case. Shots close things out though, and that's another big round for G2. Not only they tied things up at 5-5, they've broken the back financially of DreamEaters as well. So another eco on the cards here. Can't force this one. Can't really partially buy into it. You just have to take a clean eco. It's at a $2,000 you can buy next round. So you just got to take this one on the chin. Maybe a deagle for Kinky. That's about it.
But 5-5, keeping G2 honest.
Yeah, they're not being run over, that's for sure.
By no stretch of the imagination.
But I would still say G2 look hot favourites here. Like DreamEaters, when they won the pistol, they had a good start. They managed to win a crazy MP9 round as well against the AKs.
Yeah, they took AKs through. I mean, they really did get the dream.
Take that away from them, but still, like, there was a few anomalies in there.
It certainly was, and this is quite the opposite. Just another day in the office for Lucky. Taking those unarmored CTs down. That's a perfect Molotov, actually. I think they're ahead of it.
So it wasn't perfect, then?
No, not perfect.
Not quite perfect.
Jackson Kenny, well, let's not go saying 100%. Only Sith speaking absolutes, Henry.
Wow, it's going to be just Speedak. Not much he can do with this one. He's got the USP. Maybe he gets a kill on shots. That's with bated breath, I say that. Nice clinical finish there from the in-game leader. CS Icon, Shoxy getting it done, and we will see it go 6-5. G2 take the lead for the first time now, and the buy's coming in for DreamEaters. So we have relied on Speedak's AWP so far, Alex. He won't be able to afford that this round. He's down to the M4. It's Lucky and co against the full eco. Nothing to really write home about this round. They had 5 pistols in towards the connector. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
they
got 2 kills, but that's the end of the round. So this lead for G2 continues to grow. It's been bursts of 3 rounds in a row for G2. Now looking to do it again. 2 in a row. As Kinky going aggressive at parties, catching just the tail end of all of those nades. Down to 74, nothing particularly concerning. And not much, there is probably, that is the best weapon for the job that Crad has right there.
It certainly has its place in the game still, I think, the Silence M4. Just situational.
Yeah, no hit, what do you call it? No tracers.
Yeah.
And then he's going to get caught out. Nice work from Amanek walking in towards the site. Now, Forrester questioned by Shox, and this site's wide open, just like that. 2 fall, and I mean, the round's good as over.
Especially that financial situation, that is like, well, we've got the AWP here, it's going to be a 5-on-3. We've lost 2 players, we've done no damage, might as well hold on to what we have. That's round done. G2, let's go back to basics there, nothing too crazy, nothing too technical, just running the default in towards B, nailing the shots. It's Shoxy and Amanek. just looking very comfortable there. Pound for pound, you're going to see them looking to take down DreamEaters, those 1v1s pretty much every time. And it's time to extend their lead now. Round 12 will fall in their favour. It'll be 7-5, and 3 players surviving this point with the playground presence in the CT forces. Doesn't look like they'll be losing any weaponry here, but SpeedX got his work cut out for him next round. They'll have to force around this and drop what they can, and he'll need to go for an opening pick here. What's Kenny up to? I haven't really said his name at all. 2-7. It's fine. They're up 7-5 after losing pistol. He hasn't had to do that much, but still, it's always fun when he's hitting all the shots.
I just feel like he's not dying. Last time we checked in, it was 1-6.
Yeah.
Like, he's been holding on to that AWP for what feels like forever. He's got 12k in the bank.
He does.
But so does pretty much everyone else. I mean, my goodness, Jax is the only one spending money at this point.
1 flashbang is all it took.
Yeah.
Down they go. Well then, round 13. Chance to reflect. Tactical pause from DreamEaters here. We'll see whether Kenny's AWP will take down SpeedX here. As I mentioned, he needs to step up. SpeedX needs to go for an aggressive pick.
Do you take him for like the... I mean, it's spawn-based, of course, but I can't help but feel that he's not going to find anything if he goes for a monster peak.
It depends, you know, like... Connector, I would say, is the most viable one here. You could peek towards the middle area as well with boost behind the party position, but it looks like the AWP is actually positioned to go towards B. He could boost. They like the boost towards the B side of the map. The most common peek would be the monster one, but we'll see what he's up to.
Let's have a look. Going to try and support. Kenny, in the meantime, is going towards that party position. Amanek towards underpass.
Well, they're rushing short with the AWP.
It's going to be a quick kill if he's not ready for it. Quick onto the trigger. Shock's gone.
Yeah, that's
just
a lovely
as he
shot.
arrives, and actually, you know what? With the nade and the flick, they get a second. That is gorgeous Counter-Strike.
Yeah, that was really quite poetic almost.
Wow.
It really flowed so nicely.
It's like a Counter-Strike haiku.
Yeah, that was really nice to watch. But Kenny S is still alive and well. And Amanek's making his way back towards B. Remember, they have 2 players on pistols, so they didn't even force into this round with 3 weapons saved. We said SpeedX had to step up, and what has he done? He's managed to push short, take down Shoxy. He's been probing that position every single round. He's used that information to get that first kill. A nade from his teammate to open the squeaky door. That point, second kill comes in. They've given him 1 up in the interim, but still, a chance to win this, especially if SpeedX can hit more of those shots. They're heading towards B, and it's just Crad, unfortunately, waiting there. Unless he gets a 1-dig, there's very little chance they can win this one.
The time is gone for his smoke to be relevant as well. It's not going to, I mean, what's it going to do? Provide him some additional cover to use, especially when the Molotov arrives. Playing it close, needs to land 2, and doesn't. Just the 1 into the belly of Amanek.
Yeah, if he gets 1 there, there's a chance it will slow them down, but the fact the bomb's down now, they might as well save the AWP. They do have a kit, they have a smoke and a flashbang. I prefer to see the save here, but they're definitely going to have a little probe.
Let Forrester see what he can do, right?
Yeah, with the 5-7. Absolutely. Just don't want to make sure that AWP goes any further than where it is right now. Just lock them in the side, sure, but don't give it up.
Forrester, would you mind picking that up for me, mate? I dropped something. Oh, okay. Caught out, fragged down. It's a big one for G2. 8-5 the score. This has been quite the turnaround.
Yeah, they were to buy into this one, but that's going to be all their money now invested into round 14. It's not a huge deal, but if they want to bring out the AWP again, 1 player will be without everything he needs. We'll have a look as to whether it comes through. SpeedX will go without a helmet. Not required at this stage of the game. You know they're going to have AKs or AWPs, so helmet not going to protect you too much anyway. It's a 1-tap headshot, whatever happens. But here we go, round 14. The current scoreline is 8-5 in favour of the French on the T side here at Overpass. This is the winners game, 1-0. G2, one of the favourites to make it through to the next stage of the tournament for sure.
Yeah, I just saw the pick'em stats. 98% of you put them going through.
Yeah, really.
98%
I did as well.
of you, I did, yeah. Lots of belief in G2. This new project, I think they really have looked revitalized ever since Amanek
I think they just arrived. Have to be humbled, like Vitality were almost. They got to the point where they were losing so much, they just go back to the basics, you know. They had to really start again with no pressure. No one's expecting much at all, but slowly but surely they started to come back to life, as Kenny S shows us what he's made of. And
then you bring in the talent of Amanek, who has been slowly getting onto your screens more and more, you know. I remember his trip to North America. Him and Devo Duvek now
Shawnee G
back in the front scene and doing fantastic things. Kinky does catch Lucky as the bomb goes down towards B. The CT very spread out and being caught out. Shox takes the head off Crad.
Well, that's a clinical round.
Just like that. Walk into B, and the rest is history. Just Kinky and SpeedX. Actually, Kinky's got a perfect spot to catch himself a Shoxy. Very, very irrelevant frag, though, if in the grand scheme of things.
Considering it's the last round next, and they've got more than enough to buy. Absolutely true.
This is more about survival than anything.
Yeah, and it looks like they'll be doing just that. Speedak will hold on to the orb, and Kinky will hold on to his creep and their decent amount of utility as well. You see three smokes, flashes there. Certainly worth it. They're going to have to drop at least one weapon, so those two saves might yield them another round here. They're certainly going to need it. Going down 10-5 on your CT side really isn't ideal. It's, like we said, not as devastating as a train, for example, but it's not ideal to be losing the CT half, especially against G2.
G2 versus DreamEaters. I think a 9-6 sounds real dreamy. Let's see what they can do.
They're going to need Alex.
They really are. I fear for the second half. We'll see. I've been impressed and shut up by DreamEaters on more than one occasion. I'm actually running out of fingers to start counting how many times these guys have proven me wrong.
I'm ready to be proven wrong as well. If they can bring this game back around, that will be one hell of a showing. I'm down.
Let's see what they've got left in the tank. This will be the slow default spread. You can see, actually, that is quite the boost for Lucky.
Yeah, you normally see CTs get up in this position. It's quite rare to actually see a T up there, but you can see what it gives him. Nice vision from the short
Minimal
push.
though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're counting on some CT aggression there, as you, I suppose, as the bomb and your team go to the other side of the map. It makes sense. He's going to have to make noise on the dismount, I assume. Still. Speedak, he's been holding this line frequently, of course very vulnerable to that flash, the perfect example given to you by G2.
So now they know where the AWP is. They want to go back towards B. Oh, wow. They might not have a choice at this stage. Speedak hits one hell of a shot there towards the connector. And does he reposition? Does he feel like his presence is enough to push him back towards the B side?
He's going for a long one.
He will check out long beforehand. There's two players there as well. Drops a nice little shallow smoke to try and push them back, and he can focus towards the bathrooms. Jax, I think, will have to just give in.
It's a good
wait for it.
So much credit to be given to Speedak for this one, but perfect flash from Lucky gives Shocks a way in. Starting to charge now towards toilets. It's a bit of a pincer maneuver. Two from toilet side, two from long, and Speedak can't do more than that. He got himself a double before being shut down, and now a 3 versus 2 courtesy of the FAMAS of Sviat, leader of DreamEaters. Making the calls, making the frags. Gonna need to find 2 more. Kenny and Shocks remain. Orb still for Kenny. And Shocks, oof, just like that. Now Kenny's got to go 1 versus 3. He missed the first. I think that's going to cost him. Sviat shuts him down. We got ourselves that juicy 6th. You said it was a necessity.
It absolutely is. It's a hollow victory towards the end, but a must-win round, that's for sure. Nice work from Sviat to close things out there. The FAMAS, it is going to be 9-6. G2 after losing the pistol. I'd say that's a nice comeback there. Absolutely, they looked very strong in the gun rounds and didn't rely on Kenny S whatsoever. He didn't really have to do much at all. 9-6 a half. G2, the favourites coming into this one, and certainly the favourites going into the second half. Join us after this break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. DreamEaters versus G2 Esports, 9-6 on the half. And we'll be jumping into the T side for DreamEaters. Already at a disadvantage. It's going to be interesting to see what they have got in store for us. A pistol win, as cliche as it may sound, is going to be incredibly important. And I'm not alone on the mic, of course. I'm Machine, and I'm joined by Henry G, who has finally
He's had a bit of
decided to
lasagna.
join us. How was your lasagna?
He's had a lovely bit of lasagna there.
I'm feeling great. I'm
I feel
rejuvenated.
like I'm ready now for the rest of the day. Let's go back to the games, and we'll be seeing what DreamEaters bring to the table. You're right, they had a great pistol in the first half. They converted that 3-0 with MP9s in that third round. They need to replicate that success here. If they can get it, we have a real good game on our hands. G2 win this and get the 3-0 conversion. Might be a quicker one, we'll see. Good crossfire towards Connector. Kenny has to take the aggro for Lucky here. He just wants to show presence. He doesn't have to commit to the kill. He's trying to bait his teammate in.
See how far he gets with it. Lucky starting to wiggle, backwards turn and hits the shot. That's a start. Forrester falls as well. There's a third. Yeah, with that P250, he's managing to connect onto Lucky. Kenny's back was turned momentarily as he dealt with Speedak, but it's already done. And by it, I mean the round. What can you do, Sviat? P250, no bomb. And he's hunting for that player who's just playing it perfectly. Jax, the first bullet that leaves his gun is a wallbang headshot match point. Or I should say, round point. He gets himself.
Match point's better. It's more exciting. You should say that.
It sounded better. It wasn't. I mean, I don't want to say it was a lie, but it wasn't the truth. These are your odds brought to you by GG.bet. And yeah, I think it's starting to paint quite the clear picture. There is a tier 1 team in attendance. It is that of G2. 98% of you believed that they would make it to the Legends stage, and already presenting themselves just 6 rounds away from being 2-0. See how they can extend it. Just Glocks, the purest of pure, just a single flashbang, the only money spent coming into this round for the Eaters of Dreams.
We'll see if they can do anything here. If they get a bomb plant, Alex, I'll be impressed. This is a difficult round to operate with. Nothing at all in terms of firepower. Looking to get the bomb down so you have a really strong buy next round. But it should be an absolute massive game towards short. Yeah. It's not as clean as you'd like.
That's the double kill. That should be a bomb plant. I say that. Shox was present, but they might be able to plant safe. No, the bomb's loose. That's unfortunate for them. This round should be
3 kills,
all
though.
but done. This is just Glocks.
And potentially a plant.
He could maybe scavenge that bomb if he jumps over. Yeah. Then down. Makes a step, picks up the bomb, bounces to short, he's out. Sviat, like a graceful gazelle, he's escaped.
Yeah, one of them has to rotate as well. Shox knows it.
You have to respect it.
That's insane. They've got Glocks, no armor, and 1 flashbang. They've got 3 kills and a chance to actually win this round now. Recovered one of the SMGs. It's Sviat. Still with 100 points of health. Heading towards the A site, and Shox is there ready and waiting. He's got the M4. Should be no way he dies here, considering the weapon he has, but he has no helmet. I will say that much. If it was a quick ding from the MP9, could fall apart.
But the simple fact that Shox has acknowledged this, it should be too much. Look at the angle he's adopted as well. That's not going to be the first to clear. That certainly won't be the second.
But does Shoxy commit to this and try and deny the plant as he waits for his teammate?
You let that bomb go down, and then you've got 3 kills and a bomb plant out of your Glock round. We'll find out the plant is actually perfect for Shox. He can stop it, and he will. So, had it been the default, that could very well have been the plant, but still, DreamEaters, no complaints, I'm sure, from them.
I don't think they expected it to be anything like that. No. I thought that would be a foregone conclusion. You've got 2 MP9s ready for against Glocks and 1 flash. It must have been some flashbang, really, to get 2 kills with the Glocks upon arrival there. Like, goodness gracious me. But still, G2 win the round, but that has boosted the chance for DreamEaters there. They've got themselves AKs across the board. They've taken so much money away from G2. They enter this round with 2 SMGs here. They got an MP9 for Lucky, Amanek on the UMP. They have reasonable utility, not the best. You see Shoxy just 2 flashbangs there as they try and get basic control here. Won the pistol, got the second round, 2-0, and now, knowing they need to find this first pick as quickly as they can, it's Lucky who pushes off towards short.
Well, they can find. There's a lot of presence, but that gap in the door comes back to haunt them. Bullets being sprayed through, it gave him a way to find the fight. Unfortunately for Jax, he meets his demise. 16 frags for Shoxy in this one. He has had a splendid start here in Berlin.
Yeah, very strong showing. But the opening pick this round is for DreamEaters. A minute left. You can see that they've got a real nice understanding of all the grenades and defaults in this map. They've got them all to eradicate risks and flush CTs out.
Does Amanek have any support here at all? There's one on site. It will be Kenny. He does have a flash. Likely going to be throwing one for his teammate. Should contact come his way. That's exactly what's about to happen.
I like this from Amanek. They have no idea.
So he's slap bang sandwiched in between the enemy lines. There's three. Speedak continues to clear from the party. He manages to get one. That's something. A consolation prize, perhaps. Shox onto Speedak. Continues to swing. Not only for safety, but for a reposition. Nice work from Kenny to be taking that fight, but the flash arrives just in time. Sviat enables Kinky to trade. Shox from behind. Man, I feel like I've said that 600 times. Does it again.
Well, it's going to be a 2 versus 1. Crad with the HE. Pretty much full health. Heads towards the bank. Flashbang over. They have no idea as to where he's positioned right now. Bomb down. Crad gets a free kill on the first. He gives up his position. HE thrown. Gives up to the fact he's still there, but he can still reposition towards the CT steps if required. Full defuse. Is it coming in?
You wouldn't. Wow, beautiful bomb from Crad. He planted that bomb and evaporated. They had no idea where he was. The fact that he's seeing two backs turned when he arrives at bank, that's testament to how quick he repositioned.
What a huge swing round that is.
That's
G2,
a big play.
They're taking... They won that round previously against the Glocks. You can see it coming back to haunt them right now. They lose one round. They're completely shattered financially now. $2,000 per player. It's one of those really annoying states in the game and in the CT side because you can't justify a force here because you better buy up next round. So you have to take a full eco now. You can't really do much of this at all. You can't even bring out a cheeky deagle. You can't really do anything.
And it feels like moments ago, DreamEaters were the ones that were forced to swallow the eco pill. Of course, actually, G2, upon review, struggled to handle that. But, yeah, timeout necessary, I think, after that one. That's a tough loss. And, my goodness, I mean, we can see the buy already. They have an opportunity to just farm against this eco with the MAC-10s.
They've got 3 MAC-10s. Sviat might be getting one as well. So he's got a Glock armor right now. I assume he's been dropped. An AK-47.
Yeah, 2 rifles makes me feel much more safe.
Yeah, there we
go.
So the full eco, like I said, this is one of those annoying rounds you just have to take it on the chin. They've got 3 MAC-10s. They're very aware of what they're up against here. They're focused towards B. Nothing too technical quite. Even if they run into the stack, it shouldn't be that dangerous. I wouldn't necessarily want to see this, but should be fine. We will see as they make their way through with 3 MAC-10s towards Monster, smoke towards Heaven.
All of the nades.
They've done enough grenades here to justify this. We'll see if it works out. Nice little path of fire to get towards the bomb site here.
Kinky and Gap, he didn't have to take that lick of damage. Nice work from the SMD, the CTs. What's happening here? This eco, this smoke enables him to play around it. Forrester's taking a dink in the process. Kenny finally goes down, just Shox remains. But as the dust settles, a mess of Counter-Strike we just got to indulge in. My goodness. So many Molotovs and smokes invested by DreamEaters that it gave G2 this whole new environment to play around, and they managed to find heads.
It's very true. It did get very problematic there. G2 get a couple of kills, but still struggling here. Now they can consider a partial buy. They're all hovering around 4K, some just under, so you're not really feeling that good about the buy. You still have a lead for now. This time, though, you can bring out deagles, CZs, a couple of smokes. You can treat it like a gun round, and you've got a much greater chance of winning it, just the USPs, of course. But still, I think this is the right call. You've got the lead here. You're on the CT side. You don't have to make any drastic decisions here. Let's just play the long game.
And off we go. The long game engaged. It's round 20. Best of 1 between DreamEaters and G2. It's just day 1 of the major. We've had 2 streams running simultaneously all day. Look at this one. Seconds. Sviat has a tingle. And he's absolutely right to do so. Peeks short, finds 2.
Hello.
He's trying to catch him off guard. There's almost always someone with his number. And that should be the end of it. Shox just looking for that style points. He catches one with a beautiful 1-dig. Forrester given a second chance, and Shox hits it. 2 gorgeous shots. But DreamEaters, they pick up the predictable round, and that will be the gap continuing to close now. 9-11.
Indeed. All for Kenny S, though. It's become a lot more problematic going forward, but here are the 2 frag leaders so far. Shoxy from G2 set on 21 kills, and Speedak from DreamEaters will have 15 kills and 14 deaths. He has some fantastic moments. I can see what the hype's around this guy for, and I want to see a lot more, though. I want to see him step up now on the T side and show us whether he can replicate that form we saw on the CT forces.
Let's find out. Amanek diving quickly in towards the connector. A smoke should knock the T's out, but the majority of them, my goodness,
he didn't even really... Did you see that face he made? He's like, well, I guess I heard that.
That looked like just a shot you fire before you leave, right? My goodness, Kinky. I don't think he really understands how he just got caught there. 99% of his body completely covered. Good shot from Kenny.
Oh, then 5 on 4, that will do.
That takes the wind straight out of your lungs, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, then I'll check this deal. Amanek, if he gets 2 here, might be a done deal, but still they trade 3 on 3. DreamEaters bouncing back. Molotov not exactly where he wanted it there. Smoke though to. Oh, this is a nightmare.
Guys, you're 3 versus 3. All cool. Lucky, however, does come from behind, and it's perfectly timed. Both of them there. Now Speedak left in a 1 versus 3. Shock's going to be coming around from the bank side. Does have stairs available to him as well. I'm almost certain the call that 2 came from toilets would have been there for Speedak.
Well,
I don't know how many saw. Onto the bomb they go.
He said he'd step up here.
Oh, that was straight
That was on
the nose.
Did he move slightly or something?
Maybe it was the movement keys.
I think it was, because that was dead on him. I think he moves slightly as he fires.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe we can get a slow motion replay.
Oh,
the replay op has been great this event.
Go on, and then that's an official request from Machine.
Yep.
Let's see if we get it.
I don't think it works like that, but I love the reactions, like Kenny pulling funny faces, all of that stuff. We've been getting all of that from the miners as well.
That's absolutely true. It's a good point. Kenny's face, when he hit that shot, he's just like,
okay.
All right. I'll take it. Bit of a
Quick
collapse there from DreamEaters with the utility usage, the Molotov not working out, flashing themselves, and it causes chaos in the comms. Yeah. Then the backstab comes in, really wasn't ideal.
I mean, but this is what I was talking about. Remember, I was describing them as strong mechanics, but with some clear examples of an inexperience present. Yeah. That's perhaps one of those. 3v3, it did get a bit messy, it got a bit confusing. We can see that flank again, lined up, body shots galore. And we can see Lucky taking that fight with Speedak to end it all. Damn. Not letting the frustration show, but because so damn close.
Well,
far from over. Let's see how this one shapes up then.
Big round here. Money right down to the wire here for DreamEaters. To have the AWP. Sviat will just have the AK and a flashbang. Speaking of which, Amanek will deploy his towards middle, throwing a grenade as well. No damage inflicted, so we'll be able to continue with that default so far. DreamEaters wait for any more aggression here. Bomb makes its way towards long. It's on the back of Crad right now with the AK-47. And in terms of defense on the outside of the map, Kenny S gets himself in position on the flower bed. Now that's a great position. We saw it being used before. Falls back now. We do have Amanek. UMP holding the bathrooms. He's got no real backup, but a rotation from Shoxy coming through. He's got the AK, can really bait him in. Now the smoke to boost his chances of surviving there. Now Kenny can focus purely towards long.
Flashes arrive, and Kenny's shot does too. Ooh, tagged on the cross back. Nice shot from Speedak. They've actually got Forrester above the smoke. Amanek swings. He's not going to be ready for that one. That's gorgeous work from DreamEaters. Kinky from underneath. Now he swings on this. Oh, and Kenny with a missed shot. A rare one. Never make the same mistake again. What? Manages to take Sviat with him, and now the kill feed fills with blue as the CTs arrive on the scene. Great work from Shox with a double. Lucky's already got one, and Speedak is going to be forced to retreat after that one. His team just collapsed around him.
Yeah.
You blink and you miss it.
We said that was a huge round as well. It was looking pretty good for DreamEaters at one stage, but now 3 versus 1, 15 seconds remain. Speedak will just be holding on to his AWP if possible. Shoxy looking to trap him in towards that long position. They'll all be pouncing on him, I'd imagine, once that timer runs out. Shoxy certainly will. Speedak just needs a couple of bullets in his general direction, and down he will go. Shoxy will swing once the timer runs down. You'll see him come out any second now. Timer will go down. He should swing. Spots him, gets the kill. No money for Speedak in the next round. He'll have $650. Great stuff from Shoxy. That was textbook CS there. Didn't want to jump around the corner. Even if he kills him, you want to make sure you put your foot on the throat. Get no money for the next round. He's the all-post most valuable target to remove the money from. It's a big round, 13-9. They're eco regardless. But even if they get through this round, with the next 5, he'll still be compromised.
That's a gap. That's a gap that he's going to have to try and overcome. Pick up a shotgun or something. I mean, my goodness, down to 650. He can't afford anything. Packet of peanuts, some pork scratchings, and a half a pint.
Why is he just having pub treats?
Actually, to be fair, 650 will get you far in a pub.
I don't know. Oh, $650, sure. £6.50, certainly not. You'd struggle to get a pint with that, but...
Yeah, it depends where you're drinking, doesn't it?
Yeah. Don't go to London with that much.
Shout out to the Leicester Student Union.
Pound a pint on Thursdays.
You know it is.
Yeah.
And those weird alcohol pops that really, no one really knows what they're called.
They were £1 as well, weren't they? They were VKs, might be.
We had VKs.
Yeah.
That's like...
They were £1 each. You could go out and have fun for a tenner.
Yeah, nonsense.
Let me tell you.
I really don't know. I think it was just primarily food colouring and ethanol. null.
Whatever happened, some weird stuff would go down when those were in the equation.
9-13, we're back on topic, and it is going to be almost the purest of ecos. $300 spent to Kinky. He's just treating himself.
Yeah, this is
It's team talk time.
Problematic now. You're pretty much guaranteed to lose this one. It's be 49 on the T side. No one's really going absolutely wild for you. You're not relying on individual performances here. You're quite reliant on your utility usage, which starts to fall apart when the panic sets in. So it's not looking good for DreamEaters. They've had a decent showing here. It hasn't been they've been run over. They haven't lost yet, of course, but it's looking like G2 in cruise control right now.
I saw a lot of talking from Sviat as well during, like, well and truly into the round, and I can't help but feel it's a little bit one of those, you know, existence timeouts where he's just gonna. We're on the Glocks, I'm going to talk to you, you can run around, do what you want. Use it as an opportunity, just everyone's mind back where it needs to be in order to overcome this deficit, and it's an ever-growing deficit this time. French side 14, 2 rounds away. And picking themselves up another win. This would put them in the 2-0 column.
So, timeout from DreamEaters here. They're averaging... The players that didn't have their money completely destroyed, they've got about 4,500 per player. Speedak, on the other hand, remember the AWPer, he has 3k pretty much on the nose, so they can't drop him an AWP really, they can't really justify that. He'll have to go Deagle armor or Galil armor of no utility. I would say the former's better from what I've seen from this team so far. They're quite reliant on their set pieces, they've got a great understanding of the grenades. Him, Deagle armor for all his utility, that's the best approach for me.
Yeah.
But we'll see if that comes through.
That was his 28, he's on for the 30 here. Seen some huge performances over the course of the day. Coach behind them, of course, Malik. A lot of credit given to him during that victory interview from Kenny S. I think not verbatim, but the way he summarized it was suggesting that something that Malik does is he's willing to tell Kenny when he's wrong. Perhaps that's something that he needed.
He's just happy he's not having to play this major. There was the E-League major, I think, in Atlanta, where he had to fill in for Envious, and it didn't go well. No. It was like one of those really like heartbreaking moments. I think RPK got really ill at the event, and he had to step in, and he hadn't played the game for so long. He did what he could, but it didn't work out. But
I always feel
like he's been on for a long time.
Oh God, I always have such a huge, heartfelt empathy for the coaches thrown into those positions. Space Soldiers had that at one point as well.
That's right.
Zeus has done it to some success, of course, for MIB.
Yanko's done it.
Yanko, our boy Yanko, actually
he did
delivering. Well, yeah, he did. It's all those matchmaking games we played. Nice work from Lucky. Catches one through monster tunnels and continues to spray. Catches another. This is a massacre, and this is a huge round for DreamEaters. This puts them down, staring down the barrel of 15 as they walk into the meat grinder of monster tunnel. It really is disastrous. All 5 still standing, a triple for Lucky. CT money booming, and just 1 round away from G2 finding their second win here at the major.
Yeah, they're all going to the 2-0 category, the first team to do it. That would be expected, to be fair. Like, the only reason we're kind of talking with bated breath now, the results we've had today, every game seems to be a bit of a kind of question mark.
Yeah, we saw North, of course, pick up that win versus Simon Gaming only just, and looking to join them is G2.
Well, the second team then, I beg your pardon. You're right. It's been a long day.
No, I just had to refresh. I was like, I'm pretty sure we have seen some round 2.
A lot of Counter-Strike. MAC-10. B-Rush in the MAC-10. Is this the play?
This is how it ends.
To save it all?
Let's find out. Charging in, they're holding them sideways, looking to go drive-by, and already 2 fall. Lucky. He doesn't even have to worry about the bullets. None thrown in his direction. Long range, the MAC-10s are going to reach their foregone conclusion. That's one way to do it.
Come on, Sphere, let's get it over with. We're done here.
You think so?
Well, the bomb's down. He's got a MAC-10, 5 players to find.
You no need to be dramatic about it, Henry.
I'm just saying. There might not be much of a chance.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Double flash. He's making it clear where he's coming from. Sviat desperately holding on to every opportunity he has. He's used all his utility. Can't fault him for that. And 3 players. He's about to have a mouthful of lead, no matter where he goes. Coach is desperate to take his heads off. Can I do it? Can I do it? There we go. And releases the ears. That's a big win for G2. 2-0. They join North. Little less sweat on their brow than there was the Danes, though. The G2
Absolutely.
boys, they gracefully glide
Didn't
through
need
overpass.
a 4K from the in-game leader. Although Shoxy did knock on the door 30 frags. Did he make it? I assume he did, yeah. So there it is. That's a great performance and a strong showing from G2. I guess in the context of today, that's a really strong result, considering the fact that these guys, DreamEaters, took down NRG on the